Parasitic Armored Arachnid Goma. Super easy boss fight. Eye glows red. It turns green. You impale it with Deku Sticks, and it's already done. If you do not have Deku Sticks, you will have to shoot it twice and use your sword. But yes, with Deku Sticks, which are double the power of your sword, this boss fight is broken. It is that easy. Man, I feel so bad for Goma. And a heart container. Every time you defeat a major boss fight, your maximum life energy is increased by 1 heart. Yes, we will get an additional heart added to our total. There are other ways of increasing your health, but we will see that in a little bit, and I will explain it as it comes up, which we'll probably get to in this part. She does have small little Goma creatures that will come down from the ceiling if you let the boss fight go on long enough, but, I mean, how can you let that boss fight go on long enough? Also in the room that had the rocky wall that we couldn't do anything about, if you're in that room too long, those Goma eggs will also fall from the ceiling in that room, but again, we also weren't there long enough for that to happen either. And Dungeon 1 is already complete. It seems that that parasite is the thing that was cursing the Great Deku Tree, so I'm glad we could help him. Well done, Link. Thou hast verily demonstrated thy courage. I knew that thou wouldst be able to carry out my wishes. Now I have yet more to tell ye. Wouldst thou listen? No! No, Link. Thou must know my time is short. Now listen carefully. A wicked man of the desert cast this dreadful curse upon me. This evil man ceaselessly uses his vile sorcerous power in his search for the sacred realm that is connected to Hyrule. For it is in that sacred realm that one will find the divine relic, the Triforce, which contains the essence of the gods. Before time began, before spirits and life existed, 3 golden goddesses descended upon the chaos that was Hyrule. Den, the goddess of power. Nehru, the goddess of wisdom. Furore, the goddess of courage. Den. With her strong flaming arms, she cultivated the land and created the Red Earth. Nehru poured her wisdom onto the earth and gave the spirit of law to the world. Furore. With her rich soul produced all life forms who would uphold the law. The 3 great goddesses, their labors completed, departed for the heavens, and a golden sacred triangle remained at the point where the goddesses left the world. Since then, the sacred triangles have become the basis of our world's providence, and the resting place of the triangles has become the sacred realm. Thou must never allow the desert man in black armor to lay his hands on the sacred Triforce. Thou must never suffer that man with his evil heart to enter the sacred realm of legend. The evil man who cast the death curse upon me and sapped my power. Because of that curse, my end is nigh. Though your valiant efforts to break the curse were successful, I was doomed before you started. Yes, I will pass away soon. But do not grieve for me. I have been able to tell you of these important matters. This is the Hyrule's final hope. Link, go now to Hyrule Castle. There, thou will surely meet the Princess of Destiny. Take this stone with you, the stone that the man wanted so much that he cast the curse upon me. You got the Kokiri's Emerald! This is not, I should not sound that excited after the Great Deku Tree just said he was gonna die. This is a spiritual stone of the forest, now entrusted to you by the Great Deku Tree. The future depends on thee, Link. Thou art courageous. Navi the Fairy, help Link to carry out my will. He left me in his will? I entreat ye, Navi. Goodbye. And the leaves start to fall. And the Deku Tree is no more. Let's go to Hyrule Castle, Link. Goodbye, Great Deku Tree. Oh great, what do you have to say? Can't you see I'm emotional? Hey Link, what did you do? The Great Deku Tree? Did he die? How could you do a thing like that? It's all your fault! I tried to help him! Oh, my do! Get back! Where'd he go? He vanished! Well, I say that we carry out the Deku Tree's dying wish, and we be the first Kokiri to leave the forest. We need to make our way to Hyrule Castle so that we can see the Princess of Destiny and seek her help. If you were to try to leave before doing the Deku Tree, this guy would be stopping you. We Kokiri will die if we leave the forest. You're not going to try to leave the forest, are you? Sorry, sir, I have orders. Oh, you're leaving? It's Saria. I knew that you would leave the forest someday, Link. Because you are different from me and my friends. But that's okay, because we'll be friends forever, won't we? I want you to have this ocarina. Please take good care of it. You received the fairy ocarina. This is a memento from Saria. Set it to the C button and use the C buttons to start playing it. On the select item subscreen, you can set it to C C C C C C C C C C C C C C C C C. You can play different notes with A and the C C C C C C C buttons. Press B to quit playing. When you play my ocarina, I hope you will think of me and come back to the forest to visit. Bye! We'll have to upkeep that promise to come see Saria once again. And there it is, the beautiful open world of Hyrule Fields. Isn't it so gorgeous? Definitely doesn't look disgusting with these Nintendo 64 graphics. This is really impressive for the time, and you know they have little scenes like that to show off the graphics. But hey, now that we have the openness of Hyrule Field, there'll be no more tutorial! Hoot hoot, Link! It appears that the time has finally come for you to start your adventure. You will encounter many hardships ahead. That is your fate. Don't feel discouraged, even during the toughest times. Go straight this way, and you will see Hyrule Castle. You will meet a princess there. If you are lost and don't know which way to go, look at the map. The areas you explored will be shown on the map. I've already explained that. Did you get all of that? It will automatically default to no. You will always have to stop and press yes. Alright then, I'll see you around. Hoot 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 hoot! This owl actually has more significance than what you may think. He does have an official name, which is Kebora Gebora, but we will actually get into him more in a little bit, but we will see him around. But he said to go straight this way. There are some places we can go, but there is nothing that we can actually do there. But I will be sure to show as much as I can, even if stuff isn't available to us right away. We can see a mountain in the background. We can see a hill. This first path, it is always going to get nighttime very quickly. There's a day and night cycle. I don't know the exact times, but I'll be sure to mention them in the future. But it does get night very fast and day very fast. It does not use real time like Pokemon or anything like that. But the sun is already setting. The first time you're in Hyrule Field, the sun will always set extremely fast. And I think it's because when it's nighttime, this gate opens up. And I think they are trying to force you to mess around and explore a little bit. Let's see here. Check the sign, please. You are here, Hyrule Castle. This way to Lon Lon Ranch. Well, we're on some pretty important business, but... Yes, we're on our way to Hyrule Castle. But we can actually see Lon Lon Ranch over there. So if we ever have a reason to go there, we'll be sure to check it out. And we can see some more mountainous and different terrains over in the background. But for now, let's just keep our focus on Hyrule Castle. This world is pretty big. This world is extremely impressive by 64 standards, but I'm going to be actually talking about that a lot in the future. Now, if you are on this yellow path, nothing will attack you, but at nighttime, if you are in the grassy field, you actually see these guys. A stall child. Don't be afraid of the stall child. Just attack it repeatedly, and it will go away. If you keep attacking the stall children, eventually a big one will appear, and you will get a rupee from it. I'm going to see if I can actually make that happen. Oh, we got a rupee from that one. Yes, if you actually go back and you just keep defeating these guys. If I can get my aim right. But if you stay on the yellow path, nothing will actually come out of the ground and attack you. This is actually a nice little nod to Zelda 2, where in that game, if you're walking in Hyrule and you stay on the yellow path, no enemies will appear, only when you're in the grass. And now that this gate is open, let's try to make our way back to Hyrule Castle. But first... Man, the Switch controller can be really finicky with its control stick. We can climb up this gate, and if we do a little side jump, we can get some rupees. Now, after damaging ourselves, now it's time for Hyrule Castle. Welcome to Hyrule Castle Town. It's a peaceful, prosperous town. Okay, so it's a whole entire town built within the castle walls. Kind of reminds me of Attack on Titan. Except, way more cheerful. And I'm breaking all the pots! There is a reason I came into this house, but you can actually get so much money from this house, obviously. Money is kind of useless in this game. But if we break open both of these, well, not really both of these, but just this one to the right here, we can actually get our 4th Gold Skulltula. They're just not inside of dungeons. They are also in the overworld. And Gold Skulltula number 4. Some pretty good progress on those already. And yeah, if you break those boxes to the side there, you can get a red rupee, but money maxes out fast this early on in the game, and there's really no need for it. Cut some grass here, and let's see what some of the people here have to say. For as much evil as lurking in the background, the people here seem to be pretty joyful. What a crazy guy! Can you believe this guy was crazy enough to try to sneak into the castle to see Princess Zelda? All because of this idiot, they've tightened security at the castle. Wahahaha! I wanted to see Princess Zelda! So who is this idiot? I avoided the guards, swam through the moat. I was almost there when they caught me. I found a small drain hole on the right side of the castle that I thought I could sneak into, but I got stuck there. So it seems like if they're not just going to let us in, even if we do have orders from the Great Deku Tree, we can try going the same route as him. Hello, madam? Please, with C, please sell me something. Well, we don't have anything to sell. Have you heard the legend of the Shadow Folk? They are the Sheikah, the shadows of the Hylians. They say they swore allegiance to the King of Hyrule and guarded the royal family. But with the long peace, no one has really seen a Sheikah around here for a long time. However, I heard there is one Sheikah woman living in the castle. Do you know about the Temple of Time that we have in the northeast part of town? Legends say that the Temple of Time is the entrance to the Sacred Realm. Did you know that? I did not know that. I mean, obviously I knew that. I've played this game way too many times. Huff, huff, I'm late for a very important date. It's actually a reference to Alice in Wonderland, a movie that I have never seen, but I somehow know that that is a reference. And hello. Hey, your clothes, they're different. You're not from around here, are you? Oh, you're a fairy boy from the forest. My name is Milan. My dad owns Lon Lon Ranch. Dad went to the castle to deliver some milk, and he hasn't come back yet. Okay, so it seems like if we did try to go to Lon Lon Ranch, that no one would even be there. We're going to be checking out these buildings in a little bit, but we are on some important matters, so I say we keep our focus on Princess Zelda for now. Hyrule Castle, and we can see Bora Bora again. And... hey, Link, this way! The princess is inside the castle. Just ahead. Be careful not to get caught by the guards. Ooh-hoo-hoo-hoot. On this ground, time flows normally, but time stands still while you are in Lon Lon Ranch or in a town. If you want time to pass normally, you'll need to leave town. Well, well, which way are you going to go now? Do you want to hear what I said again? Absolutely not. Whew! You are a smart kid. Good luck then. Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Yes, if you are inside a town, time will stand still. It will not move at all. It will not become nighttime no matter how hard you try. But if you go back into Hyrule Field or in a little pathway like this in between sections, time will begin to flow and it will turn to night as it does normally. So we can climb up this vine here. See if there's anything of note. Ooh, a guard. Alright. I am here on very important matters, sir. So you say you want to see Princess Zelda, eh? You probably heard about her in town and decided you had to meet her. Well, go home! Get out of here! The princess would never grant an audience to the likes of you. Well, I guess no matter how hard we try, they're not going to let us through. So I guess we're going to have to follow the advice of people in town and just have to sneak our way in. But first, let's run into this tree. I cut myself off there. And we already have Gold Skulltula number 5. So we are going to come through here. Climb this vine. Because they don't seem to think that we are on important matters at all. Although you would think that, like... I can't believe I almost fell off there. I can't believe that these guys would not have contacts in the forest that would allow us to just go through. But... hey, you! Stop! You! Kid over there! So we can't just go up after we get past the gate. And for those of you wondering, yes, you do have to get caught. It is a requirement. You must be caught at least one time. Let's try to talk to you again. I don't exactly remember, but there is a way that you can bribe the guard and he will actually open the gate if you pay him money. And speaking of money, I thought that gave you money, but it doesn't. Well, I guess he's just not gonna do it. Well, let's try to sneak through again. Milan, hello! Are you going to the castle, fairy boy? Would you mind finding my dad? He must have fallen asleep somewhere around the castle. What a thing for an adult to do. Oh yeah, if you'll look for him, I'll give this to you. I've been incubating this egg very carefully. You got a weird egg! Feels like there's something moving inside. Set it to C and see what happens. On the select I'm so sick of seeing the select item subscreen. I mean, even though we just started our adventure, we already know how to equip items. We have our Ocarina, but we don't really know any songs, so that's not going to be any use. Here in this bottom right corner, temporary items will appear here, so whenever we get another temporary item, of course, this egg is not going... As funny as it would be, this egg will not be staying with us through our journey. But whenever we get an item that can replace it in the journey, it will just automatically become whatever is in that slot. But we'll see more of that, and I'll explain it more as it becomes more relevant. This is a Sheikah stone. The statue's one eye's gaze pierces into your mind. These don't necessarily have a use right now, but you can slice them. And boing, 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 boing! The current time is 6:01. So at nighttime, you can actually hear Milan singing over there. Another thing that is required as you go through this point is to let it pass from night to day. We will see why very shortly, as it doesn't take that long to do. An easy way to know, because there are guards up on that hill and guards on here, these guards are very dumb, and even though they're just right there, they will not see you. If you line yourself up with the wall, and you just walk on right across, they won't see you somehow, and yet in this huge open space, nobody will see you here. These are just the absolute worst guards known to man. If I was the King of Hyrule, I would fire all of these guys. We can climb up the wall here, because I see some guards over there. Yeah, these Sheikah stones, I will show off more about them in a little bit. They have a lot more... Well, I wouldn't say a lot more, but they can be more useful in the sequel to this game. Guards along here again. So let's jump into the moat that the people suggested in Castle Town. And let's swim all the way through here. Collect these monies along our way. And yeah, trees can often contain stuff. As you saw from the gold Skulltula, you can drop things like money or hearts, but not too pressed about either of those right now. And look, a chicken hatch from the egg you're incubating. It's the miracle of life. Zzz! Mumble, mumble. Okamar Ranch is so fun. Come and look around. So if you actually see, you can see that on his neck there is actually a brooch of King Bowser from Mario. It will not be the only Mario reference in this game, and... Rise and shine, old man! What in tarnation? Can't a person get a little shut-eye around here? Hello, and who might you be? Yep, I'm Talon, the owner of Lon Lon Ranch. I went to the castle to deliver some milk, but I sat down here to rest, and I guess I fell asleep. What? Milan was looking for me? I'm gonna catch it from her now. I messed up bad leaving Milan behind to wait for me. She's really gonna let me have it. And he runs off. You'll notice that his design, with the red and blue and the mustache and kind of bald head and big nose, he actually looks a lot like Mario. And something that is really funny is that when they were designing the characters for this game, and they got to Talon and designed him and some of the developers said that he looked too much like Mario. So then, then they went back and actually changed it to where he looked more like Mario, which I think is just such an amazing flex. So there is the little hole in the moat that they were talking about in Castle Town. In order to jump across there, these milk crates that Talon brought, we're going to have to push across. And the thing that is required for it to be the next day, so you have to wait for it to be day and then night and then day again, is so that the egg will hatch, which it'll do overnight once it's morning again, into the chicken, which is going to be used to wake up Talon, as you saw. And now we will make our way to see Princess Zelda in the next episode. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.